The purpose of this video is to help you learn about the history of FFA. FFA stands for Future Farmers of America. FFA began in 1917. The Smith-Hughes National Vocational Education Act established vocational agriculture classes. Later, in 1925, Virginia Tech agricultural education teacher Henry Grossinus and Harry Sanders, also Walter Newman and Edmund Maggle, organized the FFA, or Future Farmers of Virginia, for boys in agriculture classes. The FFV serves as the model for the Future Farmers of America. 1 year later, in 1926, the first National Congress of Vocational Agriculture Students assembled for a national livestock judging contest at the American Royal Livestock and Horse Show in Kansas City, Missouri. The next year, in 1927, H.O. Sargent, a federal agent for agricultural education for African Americans at the U.S. Office of Education, and C.W. Owens, a teacher trainer at Virginia State College, write the first constitution and bylaws for the new Farmers of Virginia, an organization for African American agriculture students. The organization holds its first state rally that same year. In 1928, Future Farmers of America is established in Kansas City, Missouri. The first national FFA convention is held in Kansas City, Missouri. 33 delegates from 18 states are in attendance. Leslie Applegate from New Jersey is elected first National FFA President. First sectional gathering of New Farmers of America, NFA, members is held. In 1929, National Blue and Corn Gold are adopted as official FFA colors. Carlton Patton from Arkansas is named the first Star Farmer of America. This is one of the first awards created by FFA, and it was sponsored until 1949 by the Kansas City Star. The first national chapter contest is launched and sponsored by Farm Journal magazine. At the second National FFA convention in November, 33 states are represented by 64 delegates. 35 state associates with approximately 1,500 chapters and 30,000 members are affiliated with the national organization. In 1930, official FFA creed written by E.M. Tiffany is adopted. Edward Drace from Missouri wins the first national public speaking event. First official dress uniform is adopted. dark blue shirt, blue or white pants, blue cap, and yellow tie. Delegates restrict FFA membership to boys only. First FFA manual printed by the Farm Journal of Philadelphia. In 1931, the National FFA radio program on NBC is launched. In 1932, a charter is granted to the Puerto Rico FFA Association. In 1933, blue corduroy jacket is adopted as official dress. A group of FFA members and officers make a pilgrimage to Washington, D.C., where they are greeted on the White House lawn by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. In 1935, the NFA is founded as a national organization at the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. David Simmons of Alabama is elected the first national NFA president. Active FFA memberships exceed 100,000 members. In 1937, during the National FFA Convention, action is taken to establish a national FFA camp, the Leadership Training School in Washington, D.C. In 1944, Future Farmers of America Foundation is formed in Washington, D.C. to raise money for FFA programs and activities. 138,548 FFA members served in the armed services in World War II. The first National FFA Agriculture Proficiency Award is presented for agricultural mechanics. In 1952, the FFA Code of Ethics is adopted. The first issue of the National Future Farmer magazine is published. In 1964, FFA sells its 1 millionth FFA jacket. In 1965, the New Farmers of America merges with FFA. Due to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which mandated the end of segregation, NFA merges with FFA, resulting in the end of the NFA after 30 years of providing agricultural leadership development for rural Black male youth. In 1970, the first female delegates, New York's Anita Decker and New Jersey's Patricia Krowicki, became the first two female delegates to the National Convention. In 1973, Fred McClure from Texas is the first African American elected to a national office. In 1979, Christy Peterson from Wisconsin wins the first extemporaneous public speaking event. In 1982, the first female national FFA president is elected. Jan Eberly from California becomes the first female national FFA president. In 1988, the Future Farmers of America changes its name to the National FFA Organization to reflect the growing diversity in agriculture. 7th and 8th grade students are permitted to become FFA members. The Agri-Science Student Recognition Program is introduced. President Ronald Reagan speaks at the National FFA Convention via a pre-recorded message. In 1994, Corey Flournoy from Illinois is the first African American to be elected National FFA president. In 1998, Jose Santiago from Puerto Rico is the first member from Puerto Rico to serve as a national FFA officer. In 2003, Javier Moreno from Puerto Rico becomes the first person with a native language other than English and the first Puerto Rican elected to the office of national president. In 2003, Javier Moreno from Puerto Rico is elected national president. In 2012, FFA members and supporters pack 1,005,048 meals during the National Convention and Expo's FFA rally to fight hunger. FFA celebrates Latinos, Hispanics, and FFA agriculture and agricultural education during the National Convention and Expo.